On the campus of Central Methodist University for tonight's volleyball match between Central Methodist, 7-5 in the conference, 14-6, take on Peru State, 3-6, 6-13. The coaches, of course, for Central Methodist, Coleman Lee, for Peru State, Madison Kendall. It's pink out night as well. Of course, a lot of them are sporting those pink T-shirts that you see just outside the Puckett Fieldhouse, just to my left there. Central Methodist, at last night, defeated Graceland 25-12, 25-10, 25-21. While Peru State, on Tuesday, they lost to William Penn 22-25, 23-25, 20-25. Of course, tomorrow is homecoming. They start at 10 a.m. with the parade all over the Fayette Square. And then at 1 p.m., Central Methodist football trying to go for win number 1, taking on Mid-America Nazarene, 12:45 pregame show. Women's soccer, they're ranked number 8. They take on Park, 5 p.m. as well. 7:30, think Central Methodist men's soccer. I think they're number 2, I would like to say, in the latest poll there. Take on Park at 7:30 p.m. as well. Tuesday, volleyball is at Mid-America Nazarene, 7 p.m. as well. Next Friday, they'll be in Atchison, Kansas. Take on Benedictine at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, football team will be in Atchison, Kansas. Take on Benedictine, 1 o'clock. Volleyball will be at Baker at 1 p.m. as well. And then also that Saturday, men's soccer will take on Mount Mercy, 4 p.m. as well. Women's soccer at 6:30 p.m. Then on the 18th, women's soccer is at Benedictine at 5 p.m. Men's soccer will play at 7:30 as well. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow is, of course, the next volleyball home match. They'll take on Culver Stockton 1 o'clock. That's also senior day. That's also the last regular season home game of 2022. And men's soccer will play at Culver at 5:30 p.m. Women's soccer at Culver at 7:30 p.m. Upcoming standings there in the South. Mid-America Nazarene 10-0, 17-0 altogether. Park is 9-1, 15-4. Benedictine is 7-3, 13-6. Central Methodist 7-5, 14-6. And the number 5 spot is Evangel, 5-4, 12-10. 6th spot is Baker, 2-8, 4-15. And then Missouri Valley 2-9, 12-14. In the North Division, Mount Mercy's on top, 8-3, 15-4 altogether. William Penn 7-4, 11-10. Culver Stockton 5-4 and 10-5. Grandview 5-6 is 6-14. Peru State 3-6, 6-13. Graceland 2-8, 7-14, and then Clark at 0-11 and 3-15 all together there. There's your upcoming standing, sponsored by Emmett's Kitchen and Tap. We're going to take about a 90-second timeout here. We'll continue our pregame show as well on CMUEagles.com. Game is also the American League and National League wild cards. Of course, the first game of the day is Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Cleveland won it 2-1 there. It was a fine pitching matchup there. Good, solid pitching both ways there. And I figured this is probably one of the best matchups you're going to see throughout that wild card series as well. It may come down to those timely hits and the defense, so it should be a fun series there. Also, in the National League wild card, Philadelphia defeated St. Louis 6-3. St. Louis led 2-0 going into the 8th inning, but then after Reese Hoskins struck out, all of a sudden the Phillies' bats came alive. They scored 6 runs in the top of the 9th, but then St. Louis added a run in the 9th inning to make it 6-3, and that's where the final score was. And, of course, Seattle and Toronto. Seattle won that one 4-0. Seattle leads that series 1-0 as well. That should be a fun series as well. That's Seattle and Toronto. If you look at it on paper, I think they are the most complete team you're going to see in this wild card series. And they have some good, talented players there. And I would not be surprised that this match could go to a third game on Sunday as well. So, but we will keep you up to date as well. And, of course, in about 8 minutes or so, you got the San Diego Padres and the New York Mets, game 1 of this National League Wild Card Series down at Citi Field on 41 Seaver Wave, as they call it, named after Tom Seaver. And, of course, we'll keep you up to date throughout the night as well. Of course, as soon as we're done with the broadcast, of course, we'll take you out to 41 Seaver Way and join Carl Ravage, Eduardo Perez, David Cohn, Buster Olney will have the play-by-play of that one. And, of course, the playoffs continue tomorrow as well. A Super Saturday of it. Begins with baseball tonight at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m. on ESPN2, it's Game 2 of that the American League Wild Card Series between Tampa Bay and Cleveland there. Should be a fun series as well. Of course, Dave O'Brien and Marley Rivera will have the play-by-play of that broadcast as well. At 3:07 p.m., it's Seattle and Toronto on ESPN as well. I think Dave Fleming and Tim Kirchin will have the play-by-play of that broadcast as well. 6:30 p.m. on ESPN, or immediately afterwards, San Diego and the New York Mets will go at it there from 41 Seaver Wave. Of course, Carl Ravage in the game will have the broadcast there. And then 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2, it is Philadelphia and St. Louis. Of course, Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez will have the play-by-play of that broadcast as well. So, should be a lot of fun. And, of course, if there is a third game there, all will be on Sunday as well. Of course, 1 o'clock will be Seattle and Toronto, Tampa Bay, Cleveland at 3 o'clock, 6:30 San Diego and New York, and in Philadelphia, St. Louis at 7:30 p.m. But things could change as well. Of course, the division series starts on October 11th. That's on National League will be on Fox Sports 1, and then, of course, the American League will be on TBS. Check your local listings there. Of course, we don't know that they have announced the times yet. I know the one of the sites is at New York at Yankee Stadium. The other American League one will be in Houston, and then you have Atlanta on Fox Sports 1, and then probably Los Angeles on Fox Sports 2. I want to say, and depending on how it goes, I would say this, and I could be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's a chance. I think the game at Yankee Stadium could be a 12 noon start or 11 a.m. our time. And then Houston, the game in Houston could be, I would like to say a 3 or maybe a 6 o'clock game as well. And then you have the game in Atlanta. That could be a 3 or a 6 o'clock game as well, depending on how the TV goes there as well. And then the game in Los Angeles, I think the latest time they've ever started a National League Championship Division Series, I think at one time, I think in the last few years it used to be 8 o'clock, but back when I was in school, yeah, you got to realize back in those days, we had two divisions. The two division winners play the championship series, and a lot of times if there were two games going on there, the first game usually would be at 3. The second game will be at 7 o'clock there as well. So could be a 7 o'clock game Well, I think the latest I have ever seen a start of a division series or the championship series is 8 p.m. at night. The first pitch, like 8:07 or something, if I can recall that. And I think it was involving the Dodgers as well in the last few years, but this has been a few years ago. But I'm sure things have changed, and hopefully we get back to where we get the 7 o'clock games as well. Well, that's okay. So Central Methodist and, of course, Mid-America and Peru State hitting the court there. Went North sitting in the broadcast booth. So we should be getting ready to get started. Of course, about 2 more minutes as well. It'll be the first pitch of the San Diego New York Mets game. We'll keep you up to date as well on the telecast there. It's pink out night, and I'm seeing a lot of the fans are wearing the pinks. There, and also our Central Methodist band. These. This year, 12 teams make the playoffs. Of course, in the last few years, we had 10. Now, of course, 2 years ago, we had 16. But we're hoping we go back to the 16 format there as well. Fans starting to file in. Of course, we'll have starting lineups, national anthem, and get ready to get started. Gary Lenhart, our public address announcer. So we're about ready to get started here. Okay, then. So now you see Peru State getting in the lineup. They're lined up there. So is Central Methodist. So I think Gary Lenhart will be getting ready to get started there. course, we got the starting lineup. And here is Gary Lanhart. For Annabelle Mawson. Number 5, Delaney Miller. Number 6, Shay Luby. Henson. Johanna Milo. Number 20, Rena Alonso. Sin City, Missouri. Number 8, Crystal Bronner. Head coaches Coleman Lee, Caleb Bonaventure, and Coach John. As both teams shake hands, Peru State in a white uniform. Looks like the blue trim, blue numerals. Central Methodist black uniform, white trim, and the green and the white numerals with Eagles on the top, birds on the back. And there you see the Eagles Symphony under the direction of Skip Vanderlick. We're about ready to get started in just about a minute or so. It's game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series between San Diego and the New York Mets from 41 Seaver Wave. So we're ready to get started. Here we go. Looks like Callie Henson, that's Annabelle Mawson, Joanna Milo, Delaney Miller, Marina Alonso, Shay Luby, Crystal Bronner, DeLibero. Bronner comes on out. So Peru State will have their 6 all set. Looks like Central Methodist will get the first serve going there. And looks like that's Marina Alonso, the senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Marina will serve. That's a line drive serve. Here comes Peru State. A little miscommunication, a little collision, and it's a 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Marina Alonso serving. Alonso. Back goes Peru State. Blocked. Back goes Peru State. Here comes Peru State there. Blocked. Dug out to Luby. Back goes Peru State. Now see what they do here. Block. I think that's Callie Henson. Makes it 2-0 Central Methodist. Marina Alonso serving. Alonso serves. Back goes Peru. Dug out to Alonso. Brawner sets it up for Callie Henson. And it's 3-0 Central Methodist. What a good start there. That Marina Alonso will serve. Third, 3-0 is our score. Dug out to Luby. Mawson. Back goes Peru. And it's 3-1 now. Peru State tomorrow. They'll go to Marshall, take on Missouri Valley for a 2 p.m. start in Marshall, Missouri. Olivia Gordon will serve from Las Colitas, Iowa. That's where William Penn is located. Luby. Alonso. Back goes Peru State. And it's a point there. 3-2 is our score. So 3-2 now. Another line drive serve to Luby. Brawner. Henson, beautiful. Callie Henson makes it 4-2 Central Methodist. And Annabelle Mawson serving. It's Mawson with a line drive serve. Back goes Peru State. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. So it's 5-2 Central Methodist. 5-2 is our score. Annabelle Mawson serving. Looks like San Diego has a runner at first base. Nobody out. Back goes Peru State. Mawson. Alonso. Beautiful. I think it's Joanna Milo. Makes it 6-2. Central Methodist is on a 3-0 run now. And I think the pitching matchup tonight in the San Diego, New York City is Yu Darvish. And I want to say it's Jacob, Max Scherzer. That's an ace. 7-2 now. First by either team tonight. Annabelle Mawson. Line drive serve. Back go. Oh, that's hit the antenna. And it's a point for Central Methodist. It's a block. 8-2 now. Annabelle Mawson serving. There's a line drive serve there. Back into the net. 9-2 now. So a Central Methodist 6-0 run now. Annabelle Mawson serving. Line drive serve. Back goes Peru State. Miss hit. Maybe a double hit call. No, it's 4 hits. 10-2 now. That's kind of like they're trying to do like what the Philadelphia Phillies did to the Cardinals in the 9th inning. They had all 10 men went to the plate. That goes Peru State. Mawson to Alonso. Here's a right-handed. Trying to fool Peru State because she's normally left-handed. Here's a left-handed shot. Oh, that is a beautiful one. Callie Henson makes it 11-2. Annabelle Mawson still serves from Jeff City. This is where my good friend David Fox graduated from Central Methodist in 1983. That's an ace. Just snuck it on the line there. 12-2. Second ace of the night. Timeout, Peru State. 12-2 first set here on CMUEagles.com and our American Conference Network. Oh, I have to do it on my computer at home. That's okay. Here we are in the first set. Quentin Norsing in the catbird seats. San Diego and New York Mets. Top of the first inning. San Diego has a runner at first with one out. Twelve to 2 now on a 9-0 run. Along with that, two aces. Annabelle Mawson serving. Back goes Peru. Line drive serve. Back goes Peru. And it's a point for Peru State. It's now 12 to 3 now. Katana Pingangua from the Dominican Republic. And I believe that's where Juan Marichal, who used to pitch for the San Francisco Giants in the 1960s, famous for that leg kick. Henson to Luby. Let's see what Peru State does here. Dug out to Mawson. They set it up for Shea Luby. Back goes Peru State. And it's a point for... Oh, it's out of bounds. I thought maybe hit a Peru State player first. But they're saying no, it's a point. 12-4 now. Line drive serve to Bronner. Bronner to Alonzo. Oh, nice job there. Back goes Peru State. And that's out of bounds. 13-4 now. Crystal Bronner, libero from Jeff City Helias. Also where her teammate Callie Henson came from. Blocked there. Here comes Peru State. That's out of bounds. Now 14-4 now. Matches the largest lead there. Of course, it was 12-2 earlier. Just about 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Bronner with a floater. Back goes Peru. Let's see what Peru State does here. Bronner, Alonzo, Mawson. Here comes Peru State. And a point makes it 14-5 now. Michelle Beard with the kill there. She is serving from Salem, Nebraska. Back goes Mawson to Alonzo. Now here is Henson going right-handed. And it's 15-5. And now checking in there, Giamma Dizzo. Gabby Aturek from Lowe's, Poland. Maybe in a few years we may see some NHL hockey be played in Poland. Oh, Annabelle, that's Delaney Miller, makes it 16-5. On the miss hit, just puts it down for the kill. Probably a possible matchup, maybe the St. Louis Blues, maybe taking on the Boston Bruins, or maybe the Philadelphia Flyers, maybe taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Oh, there's a block, and that's 17-5. Or the other possible matchup, maybe the Tampa Bay Lightning. Maybe Tampa Bay could play Dallas, and maybe we get Sonia Kirksey to sing the national anthem in Poland. And I tell you this, she does a wonderful job singing our national anthem. And it's another ace, 18-5, third in the night there. If you haven't had a chance yet, I do encourage you to maybe watch a Tampa Bay Lightning game when they're at home, because I will tell you, she does a wonderful job there. She was a retired sergeant as well into the net. And also, the easiest way you identify her, she has the prettiest blue lipstick you will ever see on television. So Turek will serve with a 19-5 lead there. Block out to Dizo. They give it out to a Turek. And it's a point now. Now it's 19-6. That's number 11 not in the program. I think is Riley Kovish. To Bronner, to Turek. They set it up for Delaney Miller. Bronner, Turek. Dizo, beautiful, 20-6. Middle of the first inning, San Diego 2, New York Mets coming to bat. From 41, Seaver Wave. Shea Luby. Luby. Line drive serve. Into the net, 21-6. Just 4 points away from taking the first set there. Luby serving. Back goes Peru State. Just off the shoulder pad, and Mawson just couldn't get it over. Good effort there, but it's now 21-7 now. Kennedy Miller will get credit of the kill. Kim Christ will serve there. She is from a town of Briggsdale, Colorado, around the Denver area. That is out of bounds. So now it's 22-7 now in our first set. Chelsea Meckway. Of course, her twin sister is Sydney on the squad from Herman, which is where my friend Todd Anderson, along with his wife Miranda. Also another friend, Cheryl Swartz. And it's 23-7 now. Actually, it's 22-8 now. So now coming in to serve is Maddie Nichols from Auburn, Nebraska. Into the net. Now it's 23-8 now. Marina Alonso will serve. Coleman Lee talking with maybe one of the players there. Alonso, line drive serve. Back goes Luby to Alonso. Here's Callie Henson, 24-8. All right, now set point now. Get those hands clapping for Central Methodist. Especially the ones that are in pink. All right, everyone, come on now. Get those hands clapping. Alonso serving. Back goes Peru. There's a kill shot dug out by O'Brien. Here's Alonso. Here is Annabelle Mawson. Back goes Peru. Back out to Luby. Alonso. It's Johanna Milo. And Central Methodist win the first one, 25-8. Leading the match, 1-0. We will have second set in 2 minutes and 2 seconds on CMUEagles.com and Iron American Conference Network. Oh, that's beautiful. Hey, look at this. Okay, I think. We're ready to get second set going. Quentin Norris on the microphone. 25-8. Central Methodist won that first set. They lead 1-0. Of course, in the bottom of the first inning, San Diego 2, New York Mets nothing. In the bottom of the first inning as well. Should be a fun matchup on 41 Seaver Wave. It's game one of the National League Wild Card one. Earlier today, Cleveland defeated Tampa Bay 2-1. Cleveland leads that series 1-0. Game 2 is tomorrow as well, like around 11 a.m. Then, of course, Philadelphia, they scored 6 runs in the ninth inning to defeat the Cardinals 6-3. Philadelphia leads at 1-0. Game 2 tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Seattle defeated Toronto 4-0. There, Seattle leads that series 1-0. And amazing enough is, Seattle is the only team who has never made it to the World Series. But Seattle is on the doorstep there. The farthest they ever gotten was the League Championship Series. And I think they lost to the New York Yankees, I believe, in 2001. And, of course, that's also the last time they made the playoffs before the 2022 baseball season as well. So Olivia Gordon will serve there. Line drive serve. Luby out to Alonso. Here's Massa. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. 1-0, Central Methodist. Central Methodist has led the entire way. The largest lead we've had is 17. If you count the last 3 points, they're on a 4-0 run now. Here comes Peru State. Oh, that'll be an ace. 2-0 now. I got 4 aces for Central Methodist. Annabelle Mawson. Line drive. Here comes Peru State. And a point, and touched out of bounds, so it's 2-1. Cantel Canagua serving. 2-1's our score. Back out is Luby. Alonzo sets up for Luby. Back goes Peru. Back to Bronner. Bronner out to Alonzo. Alonzo to Luby. Back goes Peru State. Here comes Milo. Bronner to Milo. Let's see if Luby does here. Luby gets a block, but out of bounds. Point Central Methodist. 3-1 now. Crystal Bronner in the serve. Floats it. Back goes Bronner to Alonzo. Oh, Nelly! That's the old play action pass they just set up. Looking like it was going to go to the front line, but Alonzo saw the middle and just puts it in the middle to make it 4-1 now. Bronner. Here comes Peru State. Bronner. Alonzo. Here's Henson. Here comes Peru State. Oh, that's a kill there, and it's 4-2 now. Now they want a ball there. Michelle Beer. Line drive to Luby. Back out to Alonzo. Alonzo to Henson. Blocked out of bounds. 5-2 now. Gabby Turek. Turek. Back goes Peru State there. Back out to Mawson to Bronner. Here is Diesel, gets it blocked, recovers it out to Delaney Mill. Oh, puts it in the corner. 6-2, Central Methodist. Turek will serve. I think that may be a double hit call. No, it's a lift. 7-2. 3-0 run now by Central Methodist. Central Methodist trying to go for win number 15, but most importantly, 8-5 in the conference with 6 to go. Back goes Peru State. Mawson, Turek. Here's Delaney Miller. Maybe a lift call there. No, double hit call. 7-3 now. Back goes Peru State. Bronner, now Turek. Turek. Oh, beautiful. Shea Luby. It's 8-3 now. Shea Luby in the serve. Luby. Back goes Peru State. Turek. Delaney Miller. Oh, Annabelle Mawson says thank you. 9-3. Nine to 3 now. Shea Luby serving. Back goes Peru State. Bronner. Turek. Delaney Miller puts it down, 10-3. Shea Luby still serving. Line drive serve. Back goes Peru State. Blocked. Dug out, but point for Peru State. Takes a 10-4 now. At the end of one inning, San Diego leads the New York Mets 2-0. Kim Kreis in the serve. Bronner. Luby. Miller. Actually, it's Mawson. Back goes a two-handed set play. It's blocked by Delaney. Miller says 11-4. Chelsea Meckley. Line drive serve. Back goes Luby. Turek. Diesel gets it blocked, but a point for Peru State makes it 11-5 now. Manny Nichols serving. Another line drive serve to Luby. Now here's a Turek to Mawson. Back goes Peru. It hit the antenna, so 12-5 now. Marina Alonso. Alonso will serve. Back goes Peru. Blocked. Mawson to Alonso. Back goes Peru. Spin shot to Bronner. Mawson. And I think another point for Central Methodist. Double hit call, 13-5. Marina Alonso. Line drive serve. Here comes Peru State. Gets it out to Luby. Now Alonso. Alonso to Annabelle Mawson. That'll probably be... Actually, it's a net. 4 hits there. 13-6. I think it's a net call, so it's 13-6. Otherwise... It would have been a point for Central Methodist because of the 4 hits on Peru State. Olivia Gordon serving. Henson to Alonso. Oh, that's Joanna Milo. Makes it 14-6. Annabelle Mawson serving. Another line drive serve there. See what they... Bronner to Mawson. Luby. Alonso. Let's see what Peru State does here. Blocked. Alonso. Bronner. Luby. Two-handed set play to Bronner. Alonso. Milo. And it's 15-6. Annabelle Mawson. Mawson. That goes Peru State. Henson. Alonso to Henson. goes Alonzo. Here's Callie Henson, puts it over. 16-6. Quentin Norris calling from the catbird seat. 16-6 now. A little miscommunication makes it 17-6. Timeout call by Peru State. Here we are in the second set. 17-6 here on the Higher America Conference Network and CMUEagles.com. Of course, tomorrow is homecoming here at Central Methodist. Started off with the parade at 10 a.m. Then at 1 o'clock, Central Methodist football takes on Mid-American Nazarene, going for win number 1 there. And at 5 p.m., Central Methodist women's soccer takes on Park. Women's soccer ranked number 8 in the poll. And then we close out at 7:30, Central Methodist. Men's soccer takes on Park as well. Men's soccer is trying to go for their 5th consecutive Final Four appearance there as well. Annabelle Mawson will serve. Back goes Park. Back to that's Peru State. Alonzo. Milo gets it, but Milo recovers it. That's Alonzo. Luby. That's out of bounds. 17-7 now. (17-7) now. Back goes Bronner. Alonzo. Henson. Oh, that's beautiful. Callie Henson, 18-7. Crystal Bronner in the serve with a floater. Back goes Peru State. There's a kill there, and it's 18-8. Shell Beard in the serve. Beard serving. Just grazing the net. Here comes Delaney Miller. And a point for Central Methodist, 19-8. Gavia Turek. A Turek with a line drive serve. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds, so it's 19-9. Line drive to Bronner. A Turek. Delaney Miller with a kill. 20-9. Shea Louie in the serve. Luby. Floater. And it's a point now, 21-9. There we go. Luby serving. Back goes Peru State. Two-handed set play out to a Turek. Bronner. Here's Delaney Miller. Blocked. Miller. Oh, beautiful. 22-9. Here comes Peru State. Bronner, a Turek. Delaney Miller. Here is Bronner to a Turek. Sydney Healy checking in there. A Turek. Mawson, and it's out of bounds, so it's now 22-10 now. Kim Christ will serve. A Turek. Oh, Delaney Miller makes it 23-10. Gabby, Chelsea Meckley in the serve. Meckley. Here is Annabelle Mawson. Back goes Peru State. Healy. A Turek. Sets it up for Sydney Healy. Block. Well, point for Peru State. Now it's 23-11 now. So Maddie Nichols in the serve. Out of bounds, so now set point now. So set point now. Oh. Marina Alonso in the serve. Line drive serve. Here comes Peru State. Henson puts it down, 25-11. They win the second one, 25-11. They lead the match 2-0. We'll have set 3 for you in 2 minutes and 2 seconds on CMUEagles.com. Oh, actually, they changed the score, 24-12 now. Well, ding dong, you're wrong, Mr. Quentin. As my friend Gary Romine used to say. Luby to Alonso. Milo, and it's now 24-13. Luby to Alonso. Mawson. Back goes Bronner. Alonso. Mawson. Keeps it alive. And it's a point for Central Methodist. They finally win it, 25-13. Now they lead the match 2-0. We'll have set 3 for you in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. CMUEagles.com. I'll do everything. Let me see. Got football here. Football. Group. Let's see. I have soccer. Let's see. I have soccer. No. Do. The Central Methodist Symphony under the direction of Skip Vanderlick. Back here at Puckett Fieldhouse, Central Methodist leading the match 2-0. They won the first set 25-8, 25-13. Of course, tomorrow it's Central Methodist football. Goal for win number 1, take on Mid-American Nazarene. 1 o'clock start time at 5 p.m. Central Methodist women's soccer takes on Park at Davis Field. 7:30 p.m. men's soccer takes on Park as well. And then, of course, the baseball playoffs. Begins at 11 a.m. with Tampa Bay taking on Cleveland in Game 2 of the American League Wild Card. At 3 p.m., it's Game 2 of the American League Wild Card, Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. At 6:30 p.m., it's San Diego versus the New York Mets on 41 Seaver Wave. And Game 2 of the National League Wild Card. And then at 7:30 p.m., St. Louis Cardinals take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, after this, we'll have a pep rally for homecoming. But after I do the report there, we'll, of course, take you out to Citi Field on 41 Seaver Way for Game 1 of the National League Wild Card between San Diego and the New York Mets. And I think it's still 2-0 is our score. Dun, 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 dun. We're ready to get started. Quentin Norris sitting in the cat first. We're about ready to get set number 3 going. Quentin Norris in the cat first. Bottom of the second inning, San Diego leads New York Mets 3-0, but the Mets have a runner on second with 1 out. We'll keep you up to date as well. Of course, we'll send you out there as soon as we're done here with Carl Ravitch, David Cohn, Eduardo Perez, Buster Olney. Bronner digs it out to Luby. Oh, beautiful! Shea Luby! 1-0 now. Of course, there will be a pep rally after this, but Marina Alonso serving. Here comes Peru State. Luby. Bronner. Nice job by Mawson. Oh, a little miscommunication. 2-0 Central Methodist. Caleb Bonaventure giving out instructions. Alonzo. Back goes. Oh, that's blocked. But Peru State keeps it alive there. Back goes Peru State. They hit the antenna, and it's 3-0 Central Methodist. Marino Alonso serving. Back goes Peru State. And that's out of bounds, so a point for Peru State. They're on the board, 3-1 now. For Central Methodist Volleyball after tomorrow, they'll have 6 games left. Line drive to Henson. Alonzo. Oh, nice job by Annabelle Mawson. 4-1 now. Of course, we got Monday. It's Monday Night Football. The Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Pregame begins with Monday Night Countdown at 5 p.m. Annabelle Mawson. Back goes Peru State. Bronner. Callie Henson. Back goes Peru State. Mawson. Alonzo. There's Rita Campos. Staying alive there. Here is Alonzo. Oh, nice! Johanna Milo makes it 5-1. Annabelle Mawson serving. Another line drive serve, floater. And a point for Peru State. Now it's 5-2 now. And looks like Michelle Beer will serve. (5-2) now. Line drive to Bronner. Alonzo blocked. Recovered by Bronner. Alonzo. Oh, nice job. A point for Central Methodist. 6-2. Crystal Bronner in the serve. Bronner. Back goes Peru State. And a point there. Makes it 6-3 now. Another line drive serve to Campos. Here's Alonzo. Delaney Miller makes it 7-3. Gabby Aturik. Back goes Peru State. Mawson to Aturik. Sets it up for Sydney Healy. Into the net, 8-3 now. Only 4 aces tonight. Peru State has 0. Gabby Aturik. And hits off the hand of Rita Campos to make it 8-4. And now Kim Kreis. Bronner to Aturik. Oh, beautiful. Delaney Miller makes it 9-4. Shea Luby in the serve. Shea Luby serving. Back goes Peru State. Bronner, Aturik, Miller. Here comes Luby, Aturik. Beautiful. Sydney Healy makes it 10-4. (10-4) now. (10-4) now. Line drive. Back goes Miller. Aturik. Sydney Healy. Just grazing it and a point makes it 10-5. Manny Nichols. Bronner. Healy. And that's out of bounds. 11-5. Chelsea Meckley. Line drive, out of bounds, so 11-6 now. Luby. Meckley, that's Healy putting it down. Sydney Healy makes it 12-6. Marina Alonso. Alonso. Back goes Luby. Alonso. Hinson. Beautiful. 13-6. Marina Alonso serving. Line drive out to Peru State. Luby. Alonso. That is on a Bill Mawson. Makes it 14-6. (14-6) now. And it's a point. Makes it 14-7. 14, actually 15-6 now. Central Methodist on a 4-0 run now. Alonso. Back goes Peru State. Nearly blocked on a point. 16-6. Marina Alonso serving. Line drive serve. And it's a point for Peru State. Now 16-7. Cantel Paniagua serving. To Bronner. Alonso. Here is Annabelle Mossing. Good hustle. Milo. Alonso. Miller. Oh, Annabelle Mossing. 17-7. Annabelle Mawson will serve. Middle of the third inning, San Diego leads New York 3-0. Milo to Alonso. Callie Henson. And it's out of bounds, so now 17-8 now. Beer to Bronner. Alonso to Henson. Back goes into the net. A point for Central Methodist. 18-8 now. Now a little explanation there from one of the coaches from Peru State. Wants an explanation. So the Bobcats gets the point now. So 17-9. Campos, nice shot by Mawson. Blocked. Bronner. And it looks like a double hit call. Makes it 18-9. Is our score. Crystal Bronner in the serve. Line drive, serve. Alonso. Campo. That's out of bounds, so it's 18-10 now. Alonso, Miller, blocked and a point. Now Peru State trying to make a run for it, trying to close the gap. So it's 18-11 now. Mawson to Alonso. Henson, that's out of bounds. So it's now 18-12 now. A little past 8 o'clock there on this Friday night. Alonso, Campos. Oh, beautiful. Delaney Miller makes it 19-12. Gabby Aturik. Aturik. Back goes Aturik. Miller sets it up for Sydney Healy. Back goes Peru State. Campos. Aturik sets it up for Healy. Beautiful. 20-12. They're 5 points away from win number 15, but most importantly, 8-5 in the conference. Gabby Aturik will be tying her shoe. It's a line drive serve. Bronner, a Turek. Healy, 21-12. A Turek serving. Bronner, a Turek. Here's Campos. They hit the antenna, 22-12. They're on a 4-0 run now. Looks like they have played a better third set than they did last night. A Turek. Mawson to a Turek. Healy. 23-12. Looks like Jessica Mowry and Abby Butler. A Turek. That goes Peru. Blocked. Addison Butler to a Turek. And that's out of bounds. So it's 23-13. Of course, next home game there is in 15 days, taking on Culver Stockton. Pre-game show 12:45, 1 o'clock. It's also senior day, also remaining schedule there. Tuesday they'll be in Olathe, Kansas, taking on taking on Mid-American Nazarene 7 o'clock. Then next Friday they'll be in Atchison, Kansas, taking on Benedictine. Then a week from tomorrow they'll be in Baldwin City, Kansas, taking on Baker. Here comes Peru State, and that's blocked and a point. Now it's match point. 24-13. There's Annabelle Mawson, and now Shea Luby will serve. Luby serving. Back goes Peru State. And that's a winner, folks. What a way to start homecoming. 25-13 victory. We'll recap tonight's scoring. Central Methodist won the first set, 25-8. Second set, 25-13. Third set, 25-13. Central Methodist with the victory. They're 15-6, 8-5 in the conference. Tuesday night, they'll be in Olathe, Kansas, taking on Mid-American Nazarene, 7 o'clock. Friday night, they'll be in Atchison, Kansas, take on Benedictine. Then next Saturday, they'll be in Baldwin City, Kansas, taking on Baker. Next home game is on the 22nd, taking on Culver Stockton. 1 o'clock start timeout. Tomorrow, we got the Central Methodist football team taking on Mid-American Nazarene. 1 o'clock start time at Davis Field. And at 5 o'clock, the women's soccer team takes on Park. And at 7:30, men's soccer takes on Park. Quentin Norris saying, so long! Let's head out to Citi Field on 41 Seaverway, Game 1 of the National League Wild Card Game. Call Ravage! We got Eduardo Perez, David Cohn, Buster Olney with the call of game number 1 of the National League Wild Card Series.